Pirate Nation on X says the game industry is gearing up to completely get rid of physical games. You will literally own nothing ever again. And I wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's a fascinating perspective. For the longest time, it was, hey, digital games, it's more convenient. Just just use digital. Oh, it's also cheaper to buy a console that doesn't have the disk drive, so advantage for convenience and cheaper console. So just go digital. Like these companies really want to push digital only. Even have Nintendo with game key cards. Don't even get me started on the ridiculousness of that idea in the first place. It's just being cheap. At the end of the day, it's just being cheap. They want to charge the same amount of money to you and give you less of a product, which is what the industry's been doing for decades, but it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Took away instruction manuals, took away physical game cards, took away pamphlets, posters, everything. Everything's been removed. And now we've gotten to a point where physical games are on the verge of extinction. And I thought this article was a perfect example of the direction we're going, because now they're taking a different perspective. Oh, it's actually not for convenience or because of a cheaper console or cheaper games or whatever. No. It's because of the environment, guys. It's the environment. That's the real reason that you should be embracing the all next generation digital era. The environment, which, if the person who wrote this is not deeply connected with the industry and the World Economic Forum, then they're probably mentally ill, because there's no reason anybody in their right mind would ever write this article in the first place. Manufacture and shipping of physical games is, quote unquote, 100 times more carbon intensive than digital, new study finds. Ask me if I give a shit. Living in California, seeing my state being on fire half the year, actually half the state on fire the entire year would be more accurate. Think I really care about a carbon footprint? This is all propaganda being pushed to give you less and charge you more. How much carbon gets put into the atmosphere when a volcano erupts? How much carbon gets put into the air with airplanes flying around every single day? Miss me with the, oh, that physical game that you bought. That right there is the problem. Miss me. Data from French carbon accounting firm Greenly also finds handheld gaming may be the greenest option for players. Yeah, because when I think about video games, I think about what are the greenest options for me. The article comes from GameIndustry.biz, who actually, ironically, has me blocked on X because I called them out for having a very woke article back in the day. I have no idea what it was specifically, but they said a new study has found that buying physical copies of games is 100 times more carbon intensive than buying the digital version. Oh no, not that. Which I actually have seen other studies that have said it's actually more of a carbon footprint for the digital data because of the electricity used at the warehouses that are sending these digital games to the consoles. So again, it's a very one-sided angle where they're like, oh, this is the problem, not that, as long as you don't look at what the problems are with that. The report, The Carbon Footprint of Gaming, has been produced by French carbon accounting firm Greenly. Who's backing them? Who financed it? Where'd the money come from? First question I have. What a good journalist would have gone there with this instead of just surface level. It comes from this company. Okay, where'd they get their funding? Who funded them? And examines the environmental impact of PC, consoles, mobile, and handhelds, as well as the production of games in different formats. Greenly found that the manufacturer, they really don't go into who funded them. I thought they might. Wow. Found that the manufacture and transportation of physical games has a significant impact on the environment. Great. Cool. Video games have always done that since the 80s and even before. This is a problem now? Like, what? You could almost argue it's less of a problem because there's more regulations on carbon emissions from the trucks carrying them. So what are we doing? With the firm's Theo Nicola Guillemont estimating that the manufacture and packaging of 1 million discs can emit 312 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. The comparison, downloading the same number of digital copies of a game worth 70 gigs, estimates 3. Although cloud-based gaming can be detrimental as a result of its need for continuous access to energy-hungry data service, we also cannot neglect the continued impact of manufacturing. So they even admit it here, what I was saying, where it's like, yes, the alternative actually is just as bad, if not worse. They literally admit it here. Ultimately, downloading a digital copy imposes emissions linked to electricity use at home, as well as the energy use of the connected data center, but it does not have the same impact as the emissions created by the industry in terms of landfill. Landfill? These games are worth money. What the, like, what are we doing? Do you know how much I throw away? My trash barrel is full right now of just having 2 kids and just shit. Amazon boxes, packages, food wrappers, boxes for Lunchables. I'm just like things that just the leftover food that we throw away. So much garbage and trash every single week from our house. You know what is not ever a part of that? Video games, because those are on my shelves. And God willing, when I pass on from this planet, they will go down to my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids. And if they don't like them, they can sell them and someone else will cherish them. I do not see them ever going to a landfill. And if they do, it'll be disc rot 200 years from now. And the sun's probably solar flaring and blowing up our planet if we haven't done it to ourselves already. Again, miss me with all of this right now. As a whole, physical video games may still be less carbon intensive than their digital counterparts, but their ultimate impact should not be underestimated. Again, they contradict themselves. So this is one of those don't read past the headline articles. The report highlighted that the extraction of rare earth metals and plastic during the production of physical discs, these companies just want to make more money off of you. If it was about rare earth materials, the companies, they wouldn't be able to afford it because the materials would cost too much money because it'd be so rare. That's not the problem here. Physical games may still be less carbon intensive than their digital counterparts, but their ultimate impact should not be underestimated. Manufacturing consoles has a similar impact, exacerbated by advancements in chip technology, which means that even more electricity is needed to manufacture and ship chips used in console production. Again, how is this different than Tandy computers or the original Macintosh or IBMs or Commodore 64s in the 80s? How much garbage and waste and trash was that? No one seemed to care about it back then. Wasn't even on radars. Now all of a sudden it is. Why? What's changed? I'm not throwing out my computer screens. I'm not throwing out my computer. I'm throwing out so much other shit. Why are we worried about that? Why is that what people are picking up and saying that's the problem? Once manufactured, Greenlee calculated that conventional games consoles consume 3.2 terawatt hours of electricity a year in the US, producing 1.6 metric tons of CO2. Okay, let's do refrigerators next. Should people get rid of refrigerators? Because what carbon footprints, bro? And microwaves and toasters and ovens. And just, you know what? Just fucking everyone live in a fucking teepee. What are we doing? And stop that. Like, why are video games the issue here? What? I can't even get through this. When the electricity consumption of TVs is added into the mix, the usage increases. Great. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. How do you write? Holy shit. How do you write this entire article on this? I can't. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. This is insanity. What I want to focus on when I saw this article and the headline is I saw this name, Sophie McAvoy. And I'm like, who is this? I click on him. Sophie McAvoy joined gamesindustry.biz in July 2023. Based in Hampshire, Sophie has been gaming and entertainment journalist since 2018. She worked in the UK. So obviously, here we go. Someone in the UK. I know you're all shocked. She has also been featured on Games Radar and Game Rant. Outside of writing, she can be found incessantly posting about her favorite tortured writer, Alan Wake, and Remedy in general. Well, shit, I think that explains all you need to know about this person. Also on Blue Sky, right? I know that tells you everything you need to know. Oh, this is classic. So I didn't even know this going into this video. This is her. I'm blocked. Apparently, my reputation precedes me. This is Sophie on LinkedIn, staff writer at Game Industry. And I was like, is there any connections to the World Economic Forum? What is like, why would they? And you know what I think it comes down to? It's just a brain dead NPC pushing the latest update of what they're supposed to post. I would wonder if one of their leaders at these companies is like, yep, we need to push this environmental story because we have some backroom deals at our company. This is what she looks like on Muckrack. And of course, a she, her, with very crazy lashes that she does. So yeah, I always like to do a little dive on the writers when I see something curious. And this story is definitely curious because I'll tell you guys, from someone who loves video games, has a website, writes articles about video games, writing an article like this would be, I need to get paid an obnoxious amount of money to be like, the Ted DiBiase, everyone's got a price. There's no way I would just write this article to just put it out there. Why? You got to be getting sponsored for this. Someone somewhere has got to be pushing this out. It's a very strange article. And I don't know if it's coming from the World Economic Forum or if it's coming from the big three or one of the three, where they're trying to push this mentality that Pirate Nation posted here on X, saying the game industry is gearing up to completely get rid of physical games. You will literally own nothing ever again. Because make no mistake, at the end of the day, it's no different than what the UK is doing to their citizens. These companies want you to purchase digital games because that's digital rights management. You do not own shit. They can take it away from you at any time. They can remove it from your console. They can delist it, remove it. And most importantly, no one ever talks about this, control the prices. If they have full control, you can't resell, you can't buy from somewhere else. You have one store to go to, and they ultimately determine the price for everything. Ergo, all prices of games go up, and there's nothing you can do about it. That is their end game with this. And they've gone so far to now start pushing the fucking environment. The environment. Give me a break. Anyways, I'll leave that there.